behavior?
Yeah, so I mean, while there is a lot of competition when you think about kind of where you can buy liquor, right? And so I think we think of competition in a broad sense, right? We compete against other brown spirits, we compete against red wine, we compete for an occasion typically, and so
Mm-hmm.
the competition can be quite broad. We actually really focus in, and I said we're sort of data driven in all that we do, but we leverage two tools that I think are particularly effective. We use Ask Nicely, which is our net promoter score and kind of a feedback loop that we use with any customer. I love Ask Nicely. I love the simplicity of how the plugin works. It
Mm-hmm.
comes across like a text message to your recipient. And so we survey them from when they've ordered the product to when the product is received to 10 days later, how did they like the product, and are constantly sort of collecting feedback that is both product but also experience driven.
Mm-hmm.
Those responses are something that we pride ourselves on. So we have a net promoter score of 92 points, which is unheard of for the number of transactions that we do. But
Wow.
it's a staple of how we go to market. So we pride ourselves on being a white glove operating model. So your tequila is packaged in
Mm-hmm.
100% recyclable materials. You get a handwritten note in every shipment. You have the ability to gift with a handwritten note that you scribe, and then we write it for you and it goes in the shipment. So we really take care of that customer from sort of the time they come into the site until they open the bottle, and kind of pull them along the way to make sure that we're doing the job that we need to do. So I can't say enough good things about them. They're a tremendous partner. We also use Drip. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people have used MailChimp. There was a migration away from Shopify, and we were a little panicked on what we were going to do at one point last year.
Mm-hmm.
We switched over to Drip, and I think the analytical capability inside of Drip is actually really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I see a dashboard of how many people I have in my email database or who have signed up for our newsletter, and of those people who have purchased, who have not purchased, and then different thresholds of spend. So we know exactly who kind of our VIPs are. We know everything that we need to know about them to continue to move them along the funnel. I
Mm-hmm.
also think their A/B testing capability is phenomenal. So almost every email that we send, we are working on an A/B formulation just to try to zero in on what headlines work, what discounts work, what targeting works.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're really, really punching above their weight in terms of what they're offering compared to the competition right now. So we use those two tools, I would say, day in and day out to kind of just monitor the pulse of the business. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the kind of the unlock, and we've only turned it on, it's been less than 60 days, so I'm nervous to speak too highly about it yet, but so far the results are very promising. Zendesk is going through a customer support automation function inside of Shopify as well. So anyone
Mm-hmm.
who's used Zendesk in the past with other companies, it's an amazing tutorial. It's an amazing backend that pulls in all of the customer data into one place. And so when we get a ticket that's opened, whether that's a complaint, a question, it can come in from Facebook, it can come in from an email, it can come in from a phone call. Like almost every source except for Instagram right now feeds into Zendesk and gets in kind of one repository. The entire team, because we like Loba, we're also still small, right? We don't have 25 people responding to customer
Yeah.
requests every day.
Mm-hmm.
It enables us to see who else has touched the ticket. It enables us to assign the ticket if it's, belongs into someone else's camp in a more easy way. But it
Correct.
also enables us to see real time who that customer is that's asking the question. So is it someone who's never purchased? Is it someone who has spent, in the top 10% of all of our customers? And so
Mm-hmm.
we have different protocol in responses and response times and then response leads based on how they come in through Zendesk. So again, also early days with them. I believe it's still even in a pilot function, but
Wow.
I can't say enough good things about what I'm seeing on the back end. And that's with just a basic Shopify package. That's not even Shopify Plus. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think as you scale your business and if you do different things with, depending on your system on the back end, they've been a really, really good partner as well, giving us the data that we need to transact more effectively.
That's cool. Data driven. That's the mantra, I believe, and I mean that's something that we have been working really, really hard on as well, where we have kind of deep dived into the consumer behavior analytics and product behavior analytics. So basically, a consumer is interacting with a product, but he's interacting with the attributes of the product. So his liking, his disliking, his interval between two consecutive purchases, knowing that behavioral trend allows you to kind of get the maximum lifetime value from the consumer's behavior. So we do that kind of analysis as well. So that's a great insight there. Looking forward to kind of learn more about how you do it at Sip Tequila and maybe shed some light on that as well.